Hi, my name is Lee Leslie. I'm currently taking an athletic administration course at Concordia Irvine in Southern California. I was also there last week and was able to give a 2-hour presentation to a bunch of great people, and it was really a blessing to have a trip down there. I'm actually a football coach and baseball coach. I've been coaching for 33 seasons on the high school, college, and professional ranks in the Arena Football League. I'm back down in a high school in a resort town, McCall, Idaho, and really enjoying myself. We're giving this today about character, the quality of character, and certainly, you know, when I'm doing a lot of my speaking and going around the country doing some motivational things, I talk a lot about the character values and character traits, and absolutely these traits are learned through your childhood, your adolescence, and into your adulthood. Mine were pretty humble beginnings. My mother passed away during my childbirth. My father was unable to take care of us, made some bad choices, and we ended up being taken to the St. Thomas Orphanage in Great Falls, Montana. And there, myself, my sister, and my brother, we lived there for about 3 years. And some memory of that wasn't always great, but we got through it, and our grandparents picked us up one day and never took us back, and that was certainly a blessing. And to be able to be taught character traits by 2 grandmothers, being raised in an atmosphere like that was an awesome thing, and I've never forgotten. I've used all those things as a coach. I just did that, sorry. While I'm a coach, 2 things happened in my life. One of them was earth moving for me, and it was life changing. And it was when Boone Bartolome broke his neck in a playoff game, and it taught me a lot at that time of what was most important. And I remember as we put him in the ambulance, we knew he was in pretty rough shape, and I'd been out on that field several times with kids that had been injured. Nothing ever was close to this. So putting him in the ambulance and having him drive away and having the rest of the kids stay there was pretty humbling. And we stopped the game. We decided to say a prayer for him, and through that experience, the other school that I used to coach at ran over, and we said a prayer for this kid. And you could certainly feel the respect and the dignity that we were all feeling at the time that we came together and knelt in humility and asked for help for that young man. So definitely a changing point in my life, and something I'll never forget. When you're teaching character as a coach, you have the opportunity to touch a lot of people because you're calling the shots, and everybody wants to be playing football on your team or being a superstar or just even being a part of something. So when you get a chance to be around kids and to lead them and guide them, it's certainly an important reality check for you. You've got to be on your game all the time, and the way I talk to these camps right here, I try to talk to these kids about the respect that they have, and for me, the foundation is always God. So check this out for about 90 seconds and kind of see where I go.
How many were a little bit scared? Okay? It's okay to be scared. If you work hard in the summer, the scare doesn't go away. Don't be sleeping in until 11 o'clock in the morning. Don't be sitting there eating donuts for breakfast when you could eat eggs, you could eat oatmeal. Eat good food. Hey, it's July tomorrow, right? Yeah! No more pop till Thanksgiving. No more Pepsi. Nothing but bubble tea for Thanksgiving. No. Football season. Drink anything that doesn't have bubbles. So, what you learn from this camp, hopefully you learn how to tackle. Okay?
So I'm talking with these kids, you know, everything you say they're going to take notice of. And parts in this video down the road, you know, we're talking about respect and dignity and character and how you should be carrying your life. And I think it's an important thing for us to stay dialed in, certainly not be swearing and using foul language and doing things that these kids could take from you and use in their own lives that would be a negative thing. So, you know, I mentioned Boone a minute ago, and when he was in the hospital, Chris Peterson, the coach at Boise State at the time, came in, and Boone hadn't moved anything, and he actually moved his hand on the desk while Coach Pete was there. And the character of Coach Pete to take time out of his day to come see this young man was really impressive. And I saw how important that was to Boone and his family, that Coach Pete was there, and I never forgot that as well. We can always make a difference in somebody's life. And if we're putting others first and we're giving service, I think that's always going to be a plus to everybody. You know, when you keep things in perspective, you can kind of balance winning and losing. I think Lavelle Edwards had it right when he didn't get too high for wins and he didn't get too low for losses. And I've emulated that over the years. He was kind of my idol. He was the head coach at Brigham Young University and is recently passed. But the things that he did were things that I try to emulate. Very, very high character, moral guy. And you know, as I look at some of the championships we've had over the years, they've been awesome. They've been incredible. I was lucky enough to coach all of my sons in state championship wins, and certainly those are amazing times. But there's also amazing times when you're losing. You know, that's one of the best opportunities you have to teach, and to teach life lessons and how to endure something that happened negative and be able to send it down the road and move forward immediately and not dwell on things or feel sorry for yourself. So a lot of opportunity as coaches to coach when we're losing as well. You know, John Wooden said, winning takes talent, to repeat takes character, no question about that. Once you win, kids get pretty full of themselves, and it's up to you to be able to knock that down a little bit and make sure that they're doing the things they're supposed to do in the hard work area, but also to stay ethical and to stay grounded and keep everything in perspective. You know, vision was probably, in my last 33 years, was probably the one trait that exemplified my ability to coach and to have different ideas. This is my 5th high school. All 5 of them had losing programs. We were able to turn them. And most of it was just going the extra mile for kids and being able to help them build their character, build their integrity, make sure they weren't doing drugs and alcohol, and if they were, helping them, trying to guide them along the way instead of judge them or kick them off the team. We were right there with them hand in hand trying to help them move forward. And you know, those are certainly great opportunities. If you have vision, you can try different things. And one of the things we try that has always worked out is we make sure the kids have enough nutrition in their system. And you know, they don't leave the weight room during the school year without drinking a shake that we've put together in the weight room. We've got blenders in there. We're making sure that they're getting a protein shake on their way out, so that once they get to football practice, they're able to have calories and energy in their system. And you know, being a visionary guy is definitely an opportunity, especially if you're a head coach. That's something you want to be able to rely on. We have different descriptions and themes during the week. You know, one of them was chop wood. That's basically, hey, we're going to get out and do hard things. We're going to chop wood. We're going to carry water uphill. We're going to do old-fashioned things. Since we live in the mountains on a resort, we started doing running up hills and up mountains and things like that, getting dirty a little bit, and getting the kids to get more grounded into the earth and doing some simple, basic things instead of always being on the phone and always dwelling on who's responding back to you on Twitter or Instagram. So we try to put those phones away and move forward, and chopping wood worked for us. We took a team that was 4 years of 1-9 or 1-7, and took them to a 7-2 season and into the playoffs this last year. And a lot of that was just getting the kids focused on where they should be and what they should be doing. Another thing we did was believe to achieve. You know, why not us? Why not us? If we work hard, why not us be the champions? Why does everybody else have to have those accolades? So we focus. I mean, obviously there's a picture of Michael Jordan there with his rings. There's a guy who got cut in high school from his basketball team his junior year, turned a negative into a positive, and moved forward in his life, and you know, became the best player in the history of the game. And all of that came through hard work and dedication. So believe to achieve. If you believe in yourself, you're going to be a better teammate, you're going to be a better husband, you're going to be a better father. For my experience now, I'm going to be a better papa to my grandchildren, and that's been the funnest time of my life so far. You know, I go all the way back to Vince Lombardi. When you man up, the spirit of a man. We put that in effect when we played last year's state champs, Grangeville. They beat us by 56 points the year before twice, because we had to play them again in the playoffs. And we ended up beating them in this game. You know, in 1 year's time, we ended up beating them, and it was understanding what the quality of excellence is and the quality of the spirit of the man and what you need to do to man up in your spot to be able to be a good teammate. So just a cool opportunity to see some kids really, really achieve. This year we're doing an I Got You slogan, and basically what that is you know, you can see the Army, the servicemen raising the flag right there, and what these kids need to learn in the group I've got coming now is, look, I got your back. I know how to be a teammate now. I've lifted weights, I've drank the nutrition, I've ate the nutrition, I've done everything I could do, I've got my rest. Now I'm strong enough to believe in myself and help you, and I've got your back no matter what. So a lot of loyalty things there. Loyalty is a huge trait in character values and the quality of character. So loyalty is one of the biggest ones in that area. The next man up, we've heard that throughout the years. You know, somebody gets hurt and the next man up has to step up and perform. That happens in life in a lot of different areas. But we certainly are not going to forget the man that went down. And too many times when you see on television with a college or a professional team, you know, the quarterback breaks his leg, the next man up, you got to be up, you got to take it. Now all of a sudden there's a great story, you know, in Dallas of a great rookie who took over for Tony Romo and did a great job. But I think it's equally as important as we go back as a coach and we take care of Tony Romo and make sure that, you know, during his experience of breaking his leg, that he's able to move up and do the things he needs to do in his life to keep going, whether it's football or whether it's just being a husband and a father. You can't forget him. You know, we rose up, we had faith in ourselves, we started learning how important it was to take care of us as individuals before we could take care of anybody else, and we learned that. I'm more than comfortable speaking about God and how important He should be in our lives, and I don't preach it so much as I try to emulate it and teach the kids that, you know, that's the first thing I do in humility each day is start in prayer, and we finish in prayer. And ever since Boone had broken his neck, that's even more so. That's just a stark reminder, because I pray for that kid every day, being a quadriplegic, that he can have a good life and accomplish some things that he wants to accomplish. You know, when we went worst to first, it was important that we took care of ourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. More important than almost everything is that we understood once we got to first that it was important to stay humble and to not be beating our chest and sticking it in the loser's face, because we had just been in that loser's position. So having a firm foundation of how to be a winner is important. I certainly think it's one of those big traits in the character values that we've got to focus on. Playing like a champion, obviously I took that out of Notre Dame. Love their program, I've always loved their program. I think they do some great things. Playing with the spirit that God gave you is always a great reminder of hey, you've got one chance. Don't compromise it in any other situation other than being on the field and working hard, or being in the weight room and working hard, or being in the classroom and working hard so that you can be successful. So play like a champion on the field, off the field, at your home, in front of your friends. Be a champion, play like a champion. And then the committed to excellence, you know, that's obviously came out of the Raiders, and every time we set the bar high and we try to achieve high, we're going to create excellence, and we're not going to let people down. That's the main thing. Excellence is not letting people down. When it comes to family, you know, there's a lot of things you can do in this life. Mine has been, sometimes as an adult, you need to learn how to forgive yourself when you make mistakes. I think that's one of the things I try to teach these kids, but even more so adults when I do motivational speaking. But if you learn how to forgive yourself and you learn how to kind of keep your shoulder to the wheel and stay focused on the big picture, you're going to end up with the blessings that I have right there in that picture. And as I reflect back on 33 years of coaching, the blessings are this right here. The blessings are my family and the members around me. And if I could do anything, it would be to take a family picture of 33 years of athletes that I've coached. And I think that would be an amazing picture as well, because I've spent as much time with them as I have family. And that's been a real important thing for me. Some things that I could have done better, I did do better as the years went on, and I learned from my experiences, and I think that's where character is. You've got to be able to learn from your negatives and turn them into positives. And you got to be able to pick yourself up and do the things you need to do so you can lead others. Right now, I'm leading that family from 4 kids to 8 grandkids and a beautiful wife of 33 years. I'm the leader of that. So I've got to make sure that my character values are high and that I'm teaching that to the people around me. So all of you coaches, step it up, do your job. If you're doing dumb things, if you're cursing at kids, if you're doing negative things, change it. Draw a line in the sand, change it. Get it where it should be a leader, be a guy that everybody wants to follow. Good luck.